It's Wednesday, hey, 20th. Sorry, I had to look at Timex twice. Nathaniel Lee asked if I could show him our combine. Here she is. It is a late model 1480. This combine was actually in Farm Show magazine before we got it. Outfit at Monmouth, Oregon, called AgriWeld. I think they're kind of done now. Got retired, I think. I don't know for sure. He spent a few years looking for a good rotary machine. When he picked this one up, he bought it to use to pretty much pulverize grass seed windrows after they combine, because the state of Oregon was getting away from letting them burn. So this thing had a few modifications inside it, which he undid, because, I mean, unfortunately it didn't fly for him, because right after that is when all of a sudden they realized they could bail that stuff up and sell it overseas. And sorry, the lighting's kind of crap. I'm trying to get a little here. Wonderful thing is, when we got it, of course, we'd never had a rotary before, so we had the shop foreman from our Case IH dealer out, and he was really their combine man. He kicks the rotor transmission in neutral and spins the rotor and goes, "Damn, I've never seen one balance that well." Of course, we got the engine running and stuff, and that thing is it's the smoothest running machine. I'm not kidding here. 23 hours later, we lost a rod bearing. So 5 days later, it was back in the field. Well, actually longer than that. 5 days later, it was running again, but it was raining. So about a week later, we finished combining some sprouted wheat with it, with a brand new motor in it, brand new radiator in it. Stainless steel there because, well, that's what we could get. It didn't have one on it, and it made a big mess without it. That one's actually a little wider than the regular back pieces are. And brand new steering cylinder, because why? Year before last, coming off one of our steepest hills to come down on the road. Luckily, I got it in the yard. Got it in the yard, got it cleaned up, put fuel in it. We were done for the year. Went to take it, park it down at the neighbors where we stored it. And the base broke off the cylinder here in the middle of the yard. So it kind of screwed things up for a week while we waited for the new parts. So anyway, Nathaniel, here you go. It's got all the rocker switch controls in it. It's one of the last 1480s made. Before we bought it, Dad got the serial number and had our local salesman for Case IH run the numbers, and he comes back and he says, "It's not a 1480, it's a 1680. Well, somewhere along the line, 2 numbers in the middle of that serial number got flopped around. So it's like one of the last 10 or so they made. It's got a few things that are different. It's got the windows and the concaves like a 1680. And I guess that's about it. It's been a good machine. Bad thing is, it didn't spend its whole life inside. So there's been quite a few hours spent. I don't know if we can get anything into here or not, but you see there's some tape up there around the door, and up higher there's, I don't know, 5 or 6 pieces I had to weld in on each side of the auger. And that's what it is. We actually get around pretty good with those diamond treads on the hills. And those tires are filled, and sometimes it wouldn't be too bad to have some extra weight back here, but keep the header close to the ground. And being I'm here, 8200 Heston Swather isn't worth a plug nickel in this end of the country, especially with that header on it. That hitter's what really screws it. And I think the engine's going to come out of that to go in a skid steer. Find some use for most of the rest of the parts and throw some scrap metal away. So, and Nathaniel, if you go look back, you can see some with it running. There's even some with some fancy. We got LED lights on the front. And there's why it's on the wrong side of the auger. There's one up on the auger too. It shows all that working. A little bit of that night stuff. So anyway, I don't know what's going on yet today for sure. I'll get you some more later. Get it this morning, but 423B there. Had a bull calf. Right on the other side of the gate here. But then of course she wandered around, so I brought her in the other way. Checked him out earlier. He's being kind of a weakling and lazy boy. He needs to get up and eat. He's at least a week early. Don't know why, but he is. So he got him a couple extra shots. And most of these others, I think, can go out, hopefully today. They need to get out, get them with the bulls, get them bred. I don't need a repeat of this year, next year. So, same with the other end of the barn. Hopefully they can get out of here. We'll see what happens. Number one's actually here today. Her and Grandma went down and got some tubs. The others are on my skid steer sitting in the shop, because when we set them out, if they're not in the tub feeder, we drill holes in them and tie them to a fence post. So some of them are going out. So that's what the day's bringing on so far. Find you some more later. If I don't show him in a video, I get asked how he's doing. He's doing great. Wednesday morning, the 21st of May. Yeah, stinking month's almost over. It didn't, actually it sprinkled a couple times yesterday, but nothing to do anything wet. So we may see if we can't get something going today or tomorrow. Of course, today's going to get screwed up a little bit. Number two's boyfriend comes in tonight. He's going to be with us for about a week and a half. Maybe between him and number two, they might do some work on tearing a swather apart to pull the engine out. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's been talked about. He needs to let me move the bottle a little so I can clean it up more. That way he gets all of it. And he's getting enough air. That's nothing but air. So, there he is. Takes a breath when he's done. Then he wants more, but no. Bottle babies, feed him enough. Don't feed him too much. Feed him too much, you'll have a dead calf. He's getting a full bottle morning and night, and he gets half or 3/4 in the middle of the day. And he has hay and grain, which he isn't choosing to eat so much. Huh, buddy? Huh, yeah, look at that. I'm trying not to let him lick it, because you know he's going to. Okay. As far as the cow, I think her udder's pretty well toast. So, that's alright. I'm giving her a little more grain and giving her the better stuff. Well, got a few weeks to get her fattened up a little bit. And then he won't have to worry about her. I mean, he's weaned off her anyway. Probably go at least another month with him on the bottle and get him on some grain, get him growing. By then, I think we'll have a pen mate for him and hopefully get him in a bigger area where he can get in and out. And maybe, I don't know. I haven't figured out where to do that yet. When we still had that, we had a round pen set up behind the shop, which was great because we could put a couple panels across here if we had something we had to keep in, and they could still go outside. We just let them come in here and go out there. So that's not an option anymore. Below the barn's not quite an option because that other group's got it. Tis what it is. Anyway, share this with yesterday's and probably get you something else later. Hope it don't get too damn long. Now, in case this is the end, hey, like and subscribe. You know how it goes. She's got one of the youngest ones here. That's the youngest one. He's a little dehydrated. Haven't been able to get the tube down him. He won't take the bottle. So, syringing. We used to have a bigger syringe down here, a regular drenched syringe, but that's what we got down here for the moment. So, part of it on the ground, part of it down the throat. He needs the electrolytes. And all the pairs are now out except for two. You can kind of see one outside. That's the other youngest one. She tells me to lock this girl in, and then she unlocks herself when I do it. There she goes. That's better. The other one out there is the next oldest calf, and Mama didn't clean, so we just packed her. And on the fun note, I had a doctor's appointment, phone appointment today with a doc that burns the nerves in my back. He's kind of upset with scheduling because scheduling hasn't called me yet, and we've called them twice. So he's supposed to kind of get me on the fast track. And yeah, you're weaving around because it's how I got to be able to stand. I can't stand still. I either got to be sitting comfortably, laying down, or moving. So anyway, they got part of the electrolytes in him. Hopefully that does some good. She just wants to check her milk while she's locked up in here. Make sure we don't have an issue with that. I seen it squirt pretty good. Oh well. I'll let you go. Maybe get something else. We'll see. Oh yeah. And it rained today. Now it's dry. I was getting ready to pull the grain drill out, and we got about a 1/4 inch of rain in about 10 minutes, so then it quit. So that's our day. Hey, guess what? I told you we got like a 1/4 inch in 10 minutes earlier. This ain't quite as heavy, but I think it's going to be here a while. Cow's already headed for the trees down in the bottom. Can't see that. The one humped up down here, she's the one we just packed. She was standing outside, didn't want nothing to do with being in the barn, and she just came in, so yay. It's supposed to be nice for the next few days. Hopefully this doesn't get things too damn wet. We'll see what happens. So, hey, noon, Thursday the 21st. Another wonderful day. Get nothing done day. I can be like the grumpy farmer and cry because it's raining. It is what it is. Mother Nature always has something she wants to do. And generally, it's not the best for us. Now it's getting a little harder. But I'm going to go find me something to eat. Then figure out what to do the rest of the day. Because, you know, got to do something. What'd you do on Thursday night? Well, let's see. I got a phone call from my kid who was going to the airport to pick her boyfriend up and said, hey, the road's blocked. 5 minutes later, I got a phone call from the neighbor I just passed his place to say his little tractor wouldn't pull this thing out of the ditch. Oh, I come down on luck. We're going to give her a go. And of course, now there's cars all sitting here and I got to get past them. And they're going to be dumbasses. So I'll bring you back. Well, boys and girls, he put his landing gear partway down to stabilize it. This is a shitty intersection. I'm not going to fault him for how he ended up here. Google sent him down this road. This is a 15-foot wide county road. They shouldn't have sent him this way. His heaviest part's on the back. Otherwise, I just drag his back end over, but all his weight's on the rear. He's got empty glass on the front and full wine bottles in the back. So, we'll see what happens here in a minute. He told me, I put the landing gear down there. Well, that's great for stabilizing you, but I start pulling you, we're going to tear it off. So, All right, we're gonna do her. Okay, I've never seen a chain stretch like that one did. We ended up doubling it, and I just got him. So we're good. Okay, my good deed for the day is done. Head back home. The neighbor got the place right here to our left. He was down there with his little TO20 Massey trying. I didn't think his chain had stretched, and I stretched the hell out of this chain the first try. Driver said I moved him 3 feet though. I didn't think it moved. I was too busy staring at the back of the trailer and thinking I ain't moved him yet. So, but hey, that's done. So you got to see a menagerie of a day today. Sorry I didn't get everything. I was kind of busy ducking my head down here when that chain was stretching, so I wouldn't have held a camera up. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't. And maybe tomorrow you'll see us get some equipment hooked up and maybe get something going. We got to get some planting done. Luckily, this thing's the one I plant with, and the culture packer was hooked up, but I didn't have the lines hooked up. It was just pinned. And for tonight, she's going right here. Then if it don't start in the morning, you know I'll be upset because that's what I got to have to start it with. Yeah, it'll fire. Bad thing about these cases with the park lock, you got to get them in the perfect spot or they won't lock. So thanks for watching, everybody.